Hi, good afternoon. This is Carlene in her kitchen again. And today I want to share with you something that Myron and I have been doing for the last couple years. It has, we'll ignore that. Telemarketer. We have been spending the last couple years working on getting healthy. And one of the things that we have been doing is going off of regular sugar. So I just went into my cabinet looking for regular sugar, looked in my pantry, and I found this. It's as hard as a rock because I think we bought it a couple years ago. And when I look over at the label, I look here and I recognize there is brown sugar, cane sugar, white sugar. There's not one nutritional ingredient in this sugar, not one. And yes, I'll speak firsthand, my taste buds loved sugar. And those who know me know that I like to eat cookies, and I wish that I hadn't liked cookies and cinnamon rolls. But it's been 2 years. We have been getting off of sugar. We aren't craving sugar. We've been kind of set free from sugar. And so that's why I want to share this with you, that you too can have hope, that you and your family can get off of sugar. You know, it's okay to eat a little sugar. It's not like that you have to be the sugar Nazi, but you just have to know that there's no good ingredient within sugar. So today we went to Sprouts, and I'm going to share with you the products that we bought at Sprouts that all have one thing in common. And that one thing is, first of all, I like the way they taste. Myra does too. Second of all, they do not have any added sugar. You know, we're really fortunate in our day and age because more and more companies are making products with good ingredients that our bodies actually can use. Very different than when I was raising my children in the 70s. We didn't know this, and this wasn't available, information wasn't available, and the product items, ingredients weren't as available. But look at all this. This is just a drop in the bucket. I just want to say that this probably cost us, maybe this cost us $50, maybe $60. And the total bill that we bought today was over $300. And we didn't buy anything with added sugar. We looked at the ingredients, it's 0 added sugar. We bought in quantity today. So I'm not going to show you everything that I bought. I would love to do that. I would love to share that, and I will as we go on. But today I'm just going to share snacks. And these happen to be from Sprouts. The first one I'm going to share is, it's called Lesser Evil. And I suppose that's the company that you want to look at. It's called Clean Snacks. And what I did when I looked at this, I'd never had this. But the first thing that I noticed, that it is bingo, non-GMO. I just want to say that some of you and some of your children and some of your loved ones don't do well with GMO. Some of us do worse than others. And I wouldn't suspect I'm one that does not do well with GMO. And I got very sick in 2019. And so I'm looking at what has gone on in my body. So I'm trying to buy a lot of products that are non-GMO. And then the other thing that we look at is we go to the back and we read the ingredients. If you don't have much time, I'll send you to one slot right here. First of all, it says total sugars. Yes. You would think that is the most important. For me, I look at where it says includes added sugar. Added sugar is the natural sugar. How much of this kind of stuff has been, and all its substitutes, have been added to a product? That's what we care about. So we try to go for 0 added. Not that worried about the top number. And this is just a snack. And I'm not going to open it, but you can kind of see what it looks like. The next thing that we look at, which a lot of you will not need to look at, but that is the number of carbs per serving. So you can get 25 puffs. Can you imagine? 25 puffs, that's a lot. And you are going to get 18 minus 2, I'm going net carbs. I'm subtracting out the dietary fiber. 18 minus 2, 16 grams of carbs. So if I just want to have 8 carbs, I'm going to take half of 25, and that's 12 or 13. So that, even if I ate 25, I'm still a lot better off. Start looking at the store. So many of the foods that we consume will have the number 65 right there. Go check some of the products and see how much includes added sugar. One day I picked up a Coke and a Hostess bar, and if I would have had a Coke and a Hostess bar, which I used to eat, I think I was looking at about 60 grams of sugar, or maybe it was more. So this is a big deal that we're getting products with 0 added sugar. The next one, I'm going to do these pumpkin seeds. Good source of iron. These are organic, right there. 0 added sugar, of course. Lots and lots and lots of potassium, calcium, but iron. So I can get some iron that my body recognizes. Who knows if a synthetic iron peel really, really works well? I don't know, but we know that more than likely my body will synthesize that. So pumpkin seeds, you always read what a good snack that is. And then the other seeds that I've got, this will be our little snack container. There was another seed here. There they are. And this is, and it advertises just 4 ingredients. And I look on the back and they don't tell me exactly what those 4 are. Well, here they are. Pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, vinegar, and sea salt. 0 added sugar. And this has magnesium, has some zinc, potassium, vitamin E. A lot of vitamin E and a lot of calcium in this. So, you know what? Where do you start? Where does a person start on this type of thing? I'll tell you where you start. Step 1. First step. That starts just saying, do I want to change anything? And for me, the answer was yes. And the first thing we went at after was that added sugar. But after a couple years, I'm able to look more closely, and I realized that I know my body needs calcium. I don't drink milk. I don't take a calcium pill. So this would be, so even now I'm reading more and more into that label. You just start small. But you know, that label tells what's in this food. It's not the front package. The package, the advertising can deceive you. And I wanted to show you this. Crave 0 sugar beef. Beef jerky, is that what you call it? Yeah. Yeah. So you could go over all the different parts of it. But what I grabbed was 0 sugar because it was the only one among at least 15 or so that had sugar. So it's pretty, and I haven't tasted it. It's pretty soft. And for a 1 ounce piece, you get 12 grams of protein. I try to eat 45 grams of protein a day. So this would help me with 12. I would say that an egg is, I wouldn't say it is 6 or 7 grams of protein. Today we went out for breakfast and they gave me 3 poached eggs, poached hard. So if I'd eaten them all, 3 times 6, I'll go with the lower, is 18. That would have been 18 grams of protein. So you can start adding your protein, and about 50. Myron probably needs to eat a third more than I do just for that minimum protein, clean protein. So wanted to talk about that. Then we're going to go into the C word, cookies. We like cookies. I cannot tell you if these are good or what, but I can tell you they contain no added sugar, and they do contain some protein. I can tell you that they are grain-free, but they are not non-GMO. But they're gluten-free. So these are all things you have to differentiate. Gluten from gluten-free. What kind of flour did they use? Yeah. This one used almond flour. If the ingredients just have a whole bunch of stuff, you can get bogged down. That's something that gets easier as you go along, but typically the less ingredients, the better. There's not that many cookies in here. I think there's 14 pieces. So 2 people could eat a whole bag at one time.
What about that bag?
Okay, let's go to that bag. This is Kiss My Keto. Kiss My Keto. It has the same kind of thing. I don't see that it's not non-GMO, which isn't so great for me. I, for whatever reason, look for non-GMO for my body before I look for gluten-free. Though I did do a sensitivity test, and I shouldn't be eating gluten, but I shouldn't be eating almond either. So this is almond flour. Sourdough, by the way, which is made out of flour, but sourdough sits well with me. This is another. What these 3, this doesn't say keto, but this one does. So this one has 0 sugar, like I've already said. Has more fat than the other one. One more cookie. And this is definitely super fat. So this means it has a lot of fat because it has peanut butter in it. So I'm even seeing here that this is more for paleo, a paleo diet it says, but it is gluten-free. It doesn't have any sugar. It is not non-GMO, but it has grass-fed butter in it and grass-fed collagen. So that's a big seller for me. So are there things in here that my food sensitivity test said that I probably shouldn't eat? Yes, but I was told that if you're sensitive to a fruit or to an ingredient, don't worry if you have a little. It's just that if you're having huge quantities of it for several days. They have a few more things here, 2 more cookies. This one is, I'll do it quick. This one, I haven't even read it. My goodness. It has 0 added extra sugar. It has dates, coconut oil, coconut butter, cashew flour, egg free range egg, flaxseed, vanilla bean, cinnamon, rosemary. They looked like they said what attracted me was the word snickerdoodle. So we've got 2 of these. They were on sale at Sprouts. Paleo diet, which is interesting. They're a little different. One is paleo and one isn't. They said, the front advertising said. We love this company, and I really want you to see that. Lily's. Those who know me know that my maternal grandmother was Lily. What a darling name, Lily. This is Lily's. It is a fabulous company, and you can pretty much get it in the main food store in different ways. These are cups and nuts, all zero added sugar. They use stevia. The ingredients are pretty clean, not perfect. I'll go over, as time goes on, I'm going to be talk about ingredients. I do see some ingredients in here that are not considered clean for me. But we got these. We really enjoy Lily. Even on the holiday, if we're looking to have a piece of chocolate, we feel like we've scored with Lily. And my last is called a Keto Cup. A hazelnut butter Keto Cup, no sugar. Yep, there it is. Listen to these ingredients. Hazelnut, cacao, Jerusalem artichokes, MCT oil, sea salt, monk fruit extract. Yeah, this doesn't sound very good. It looks good. This looks good. With a little cup of espresso at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, a little peanut butter chocolate. Yeah, so this is a huge amount of snacks that we bought today. We have never done this before.
Where?
What?
Where did you buy them?
I bought this at Sprouts. You can get it at Whole Foods. You can get a few of these at your Safeway. I don't know what Costco totally sells in this, but I do know this. I think the moral of this is that I believe it to be healthy to read your label and to get things that have zero added sugar. That maybe is a good start. So, yeah, this is what we're doing. And it's my hope and prayer that you have good health, divine health, and that you are blessed in what you eat. Bye-bye.